Hello there, Team Trainers Domesticators, and it has been a while, but welcome back to my channel, and I hope you are ready for some Pokemon today. First, I'm gonna be upfront and say that I did log into my game to make sure that the DLC worked as intended and everything is as it should be. And while I did that, I also decided to check on the online features, and apparently that managed to get me into a situation where it auto-saved, which means that we are not getting the dialogue from Shaq when I'm logging into my save in a second. Or well, logging in. When I'm opening up my save in a second. What's supposed to happen is that it registers that you got into DLC and Shaq will contact you remotely. Probably by phone. It's probably... Yeah, the Rotom phone. By the Rotom phone. Very silly. I don't know why I was for a moment there. I was like, what was that? And he basically just says, oh, you have been chosen by... as one of select few that gets to go on a field trip with the Blueberry Academy as well. So there's gonna be like kids from Blueberry Academy and kids from our academy, and you're going on a field trip together. And that's like the extent of that. He doesn't say it in that few words because Shaq has a tendency to rattle on and on and on, but that's like everything he says. Like he spends like 2 text boxes exclaiming how lucky we are, that we are so exceptionally lucky that we get chosen for this, even though we just transferred, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But it boils down to, you're going on a field trip, come back to the school so we can send you off. I don't know how long we're gonna stream today. I have this feeling that it's gonna be a short stream today. Because of the nature of this kind of challenge run, I need to be pretty aware of what's coming up ahead to know how to approach it and how to properly perform the tasks I need to perform, essentially. For example, like if I have to be probably level capped for any of the bosses, like a gym leader there. I don't know if there are any gym leaders on that island. I don't think there is. But let's say for the sake of argument there's a gym leader. Then I need to know how many Pokemon they have, what their level are, so I don't get over leveled. I need to know where they're located and where they're gonna fight me. So that I can pick the Pokemon that are in the local area so that I follow the Ends challenge proper. And for those reasons, I accidentally pressed the online button. That is on me. I do not want to be online. Drop it. I do not want to be online. That's just gonna kill the frames. For this reason, I will have to limit myself to what I already seen. I tried beating the DLC before going online today. I did not manage to do that. I simply did not have enough time. Since I also tried not to compromise on my experience, I could have tried to rush through to the end of the story if I really wanted to. But instead, I've been exploring, having fun, catching Pokemon, you know, as you should do when you get a new game or a new DLC update. And I decided just to enjoy that instead of trying to rush it. And as such, I have not wrapped up the DLC on my private playthrough yet. And therefore, I do not know how to approach all of the DLC at this point. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play the DLC up till that point, and then we're gonna probably end the stream after that. And while I am sorry that is the case, like it's unfortunate that it has ended up like that, there is not much I can do about it. Like we could get I hesitate to call it a soft lock because it's the challenge rules that would lock us and not anything in game. But let's call it a pseudo soft lock or a challenge soft lock. Yeah, a challenge soft lock. We can hit it if I catch a lot of Pokemon that I want to use, but it turns out one of the rivals wants to fight me on the other side of the map. And at this point, I already caught and released all Pokemon that were available on that side of the map. Then we are soft locked. Practice being, then the challenge is just a lost cause and we can't continue. So therefore, it is imperative that I have the proper overview before we get into it, or before we that's why it's imperative that I know what I'm going into, essentially. It's also like if I accidentally bring Pokemon that are too high level, then that is also practically speaking an auto loss, because we have to respect the level cap and stuff like that. There's also the I don't know where one area starts and where one area ends. It's you very fluidly transition between areas in Scarlet Violet. So for that reason, I could very easily, if I haven't already been there, accidentally go into a route that is too far away and then be forced to release Pokemon, even though that was not what I intended to do. Again, right variety of reasons why the challenge one could be very complicated by doing stuff that I haven't already done on a private playthrough. Yeah. So I feel like I'm over-explaining at this point, but I didn't really prepare like any script or anything to really convey my thoughts and feelings and the total issues with the challenge run in terms of not being ready yet. But I feel like I conveyed what I should. So yeah. And again, I'm sorry that we kind of accidentally skipped some of Jack's dialogue. Can't really undo that. But luckily for us, it wasn't super important dialogue. Oh yeah. I was about to forget something really important that I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. There we go. I was never a big fan of this uniform, so I want to see what else we got. Not really my kind of thing. This feels a little bit more me. I kind of like that too. Okay, that is tacky as fuck. Let's not. I'm gonna keep these. I can see why. They don't really feel like they add a lot. Am I sticking to this bag? School helmet? I hate it. I so freaking hate it. What were we wearing before? That one. Yes. It's slightly different from before, but it's nice with something new. Even if it's not all that special. I don't remember if we can even get in like this, or if it's actually restricted to the loading zones. It's actually restricted. X and Y was the one with the most customization. But yeah. I know we're taking the scenic route, but I feel like that's fine, considering the fact that I don't think we have that much stream or that much content for today's stream. So I guess this is padding. Well, it's fine. I'm chilling, I'm talking, we are hanging out. As long as we're having fun, it doesn't really matter what we're doing, right? Okay, I immediately, when I saw her, I immediately just retracted it my entire being. I know that she has her body this time, but I believe that's the model that fucking jump scared me. And I just, when I saw her head, and I think it's because of the light that made it hard to see her palest frick uniform. So my brain was just immediately, oh no, I'm being haunted again. No, she's here. All of her's here. Thank fuck for that. Mr. Jack said the students for the school trip would be around here. Hello, Darkrai. Nice to see you. Most clothing for a character also had some of the cutest dresses. Yeah, they had some really amazing outfits in X and Y. Are you? Oh, you must be. You're one of the students chosen for the school trip, aren't you? And your name was... Vox. Yeah. Well, aren't you full of fire? You're positively dazzling. Oh? You even have a terror orb? I guess Paldea is rich enough in resources for that sort of thing to be a common sight at school? Unless that's not the case. Are you perhaps an especially exceptional student? Oh, but here I go on, and I haven't even introduced myself. Call me... Miss Briar! I am so sorry I'm late. Oh, hello to you too, Vox. What a lucky scamp you are, getting to take part in a school trip so soon after transferring here. Sir, do not call me a scamp, I will break your leg. I sure am happy for you. I wish I could go too. Terra earrings, violet jacket, scarlet trousers. She's just a walking advertisement for the game. I mean... sorry, Miss Briar. I got a bit carried away. Well, as Mr. Shack so kindly stated for me, my name is Briar. I'm a teacher over at Blueberry Academy. That's a school in the Unova region. You know, that region we're about to make a remake for? Hint, hint, not. Miss Briar helps set the curriculum there. That is a good question, Darkrai. We might have to consider whether or not she's an Arbok or a survivor in disguise. Don't take your eyes off her or she might bite you. This year is Blueberry Academy's turn to run our joint school trip and supervise the students. That's why I came here to collect you. We'll be heading to Kitakami, a land known for its picturesque fields and rice paddies. The place has a rustic feel, but there's also something rather mysterious about it. You see, the same energy present in Paldea's terrestrial phenomenon has been detected there. I'm hoping to do some digging into the matter myself in between my supervising duties. Thought I'd also appreciate the chance to take a good look around the great crater of Paldea. Ah yes, well there's not much I can do about that without permission from the Pokémon League and Director Clavel. Oh, I know. I've already put in a proper application. I trust that I'll get a favorable response soon. Oh, sorry, Vox. Forget all about you for a moment there. Anyway, the school trip. Think of it as a chance to continue your treasure hunt on a grander scale. To search beyond Paldea's borders. I'll even provide you with a special update to your Pokédex app if you'd get out your phone. But she also has the red pants, kind of like the red markings on Survivor. The Kitakami Pokédex has been added to your Pokédex app. And there we go, all done. Now you can go wild registering all the Pokemon you find around Kitakami. Oh, and don't worry about permission slip for the trip. I already cleared things with your mom. You just go and have fun. Your Mr. Jack is quite charming, isn't he? Delightfully direct when he wants to be. Now then, Vox. It's quite a trip to the land of Kitakami. I hope you don't mind flying or long bus rides. Let me know as soon as you're ready to set out, won't you? Are you ready to set out for Kitakami, Vox? Great, we'll set out together as the group once the other students arrive. I hear you were all chosen for this trip by lottery, so this may be the first time you meet. At this point, you're right, Arbogos has read. Good point. At this point, I was like, it's gonna be Penny and Arvin and Nemona, right? Either that, it's gonna be really important characters when only a very few people were chosen for the trip, right? I know my role is chaperone you kids around, but I fully intend to have some fun of my own. While I'm at it, just so you're aware. By the way, do you know of the Scarlet book? Yeah, I know of it. As you should, it was the most influential book of its century on the subject of the paranormal. Yep, Viper and Arbok has the same colors. The author of the Scarlet book, Heath, was in fact an ancestor of mine. I even have his original manuscript. Look here, these are the pages that were blacked out and made illegible in the published version of the book. Lady, you've been having this whole time and you didn't share? While separated from the research team in the crater's depths, I found a strange entity. Actually, this is Heath's writing, so maybe I should like... While separated from the research team in the crater's depths, I found a strange entity. Whether it was a Pokémon or even alive at all, I know not. It bore a shell with layers of overlapping hexagons, and gleamed brighter still than a gemstone. Viewed as a whole, it resembled a mysterious and brilliant disc. I have tentatively named this creature Terrapagos. I suspect that its very body is made up of the key material that causes Pokemon to shine brightly and crystallize. So, I don't really have pockets in most of my outfit, but my hoodie do have proper pockets. This is why I really like hoodies, because they are often gender neutral and they have pockets. Like, I swear, the fashion industry's vendetta against women having pockets, The Pokemon depicted on these pages is called Terrapagos. It's a mysterious Pokemon that Heath allegedly encountered when he delved even further into the depths of Area Zero. Oh, you meant her. Well, she is a woman, wearing feminine clothing, so I'm gonna assume she has fake pockets. That tends to be the case. Oh, you're thinking about how she found the book. Don't question where the frick that was. Not that the general public believed him. It's my dream to find Terrapagos and prove that Heath's records were all true. Though I haven't yet been able to secure permission to enter Area Zero, unfortunately. But that's fine, it'll be fine. All I need to do now is focus on the work that is right in front of me. The fashion industry has a vendetta against women having pockets. If you see a woman who seemingly has pockets, there is a 80% chance that she either made those clothes herself, or those pockets are painted on. Like, I swear. Like, or sometimes when I buy a really nice shirt, it has a pocket that is like this deep. It's only just, you know, because you need to be able to see that there's a pocket for fashion reasons. You don't actually need a pocket. Besides, if you had something in your pocket that would bulge out and make you look fat, and you don't want to look fat, so you shouldn't have pockets. We just, oh man, can we just have pockets? It is nice to be able to carry something in my pocket. Let's mention one of the other reasons for, like, that is the terrible argument taken for why we shouldn't have pockets. But the reason we don't have pockets is because these fashion industry do want to sell us handbags for like exorbitant amount of money. And that, my good friends, is why we women have bags on us at all times. It's because we don't have pockets. I swear, it's terrible. Just let people have pockets. What is it? OT usually says hashtag stop fake pockets. Terapagos? I mean, it also sounds like a pun on Galapagos. But yeah. Miss Briar, we're ready to go. Look at all these very important characters with very protect designs. Looks like the gang's all here. Alright everyone, to the land of Kitakami. I swear, that loading screen looks like something out of Animal Crossing. And I love the little Dragonite. Interesting, I was unaware of that, actually. Darkrai, you speak Spanish? Cool. I generally highly respect what's called, I highly respect multilingualism. Like, just knowing one language is hard enough in on itself. Knowing two languages is even cooler. Knowing three is absolutely spectacular. Like, the kind of global communication you can make, and the fact that you can communicate with more people is just generally awesome. We're finally here. My butt is killing me after all those hours sitting. First the plane, then the bus. Well, you all survived a long trip. And we haven't lost anyone along the way. Then welcome to the land of Kitakami. This is the stage for all new experiences and learning opportunities you'll have out in nature. It's actually my first time here too. Why, the rice fields really are just dazzling. Up ahead is Musui Town. That will be our base of operations for the duration of the trip. Miss Briar, I don't feel so good. Oh, that child must have given you a dose of motion sickness. That's really cool, Darkrai. I think that's awesome. What's called Spanish is also just a beautiful language. I kinda want to learn it, but I also don't have the time. Like, it takes dedication to learn a new language. You have to learn about the culture to understand the context clues about the subtleties of the language. You have to learn the grammar, which may be entirely different from what you're used to, because different native tongues have for culture reasons very different ways of thinking about subjects and words. So things can be very, very complicated and different just between two random languages. It gets easier the more languages you learn, because then you get like more of a feel for these kinds of things. There's also like when you have to grasp your head around a concept that doesn't have a word in any language you already know. That can also be difficult. Let my inner weep show for a moment, but one great example is the word ski. from Japanese, which often gets translated to either love or like. But it doesn't mean either love or like. If you want to go with love, you would probably go with I, but I is also more specific than our word of love. Love, like we speak of it, is like can both be like romantic and be platonic, where I is very much not platonic. The ski is like this weird amalgamation of liking something or loving something, and somewhere in between, but can mean different things depending on context. It is its own separate concept from like or love. They're just the closest equivalent we have, and that's why it often gets localized as such. It's mighty fascinating. For a different example, I really enjoy the Danish word hygge, which is like a word that means having a good time, essentially, but in a very specific way. The closest English equivalent is cozy, but cozy does not cover all the aspects of hygge, and there are some situations where you can use the word cozy where you wouldn't use the word hygge. So it's really fun like that, but that is also one of the reasons why learning another language can be tough and time consuming. You need time to learn and to take it all in and get familiar with the glossary, with the grammar, with the FX and the culture. And it's so fascinating and so much fun. But like, you could spend a lifetime learning a single language and not master it. Let alone 2 or 5. And I'm like, I know a little bit of Latin, and I know, you know, Danish, and I know a little bit of Norse, and I I also speak some Japanese, as you may know, and I'm fluent in English too, so like, if I also had time to learn Spanish, I really would love to, because Hispanic cultures are so fascinating and interesting, and the language is so beautiful. I think it is awesome. I agree, Maddie. Language study is so fascinating. Anyways, I am rambling on and on. Man, you should have seen. You guys, if you have been around for long enough, you should have seen me how I went off when we were listening to Salvatore's lessons, because his terrible language lessons set me off so bad. I ended up having my own little language lesson separate from his after the fact, because I was just so frustrated with how he does it. All the trial must have given you a dose of motion sickness. Why don't we pause here for a moment and take in the sights of these fields? Now, Vox, I have a little request for you. Could you run ahead to the community center in Musui and let the caretaker know we're here? It would be great if you could explain that one of our students is feeling unwell. I'm on it. I knew I'd be able to count on you. On your way then. I'll look forward to... I'll look after your poor trial buddy here. Okay, so first off, the game does not allow you to use your ride Pokemon until you reach the town. And I need to show you guys this, because this here is kind of sad. I need to show you guys this. Because this here, you see what looks like the gate or like a sign that shows like welcome to Kitakami, essentially. Or that one is probably where you're currently leaving Kitakami. But like, that's an invisible wall. I'm like, there could have been a gate here. There could have been so many things that could be in the way, but instead you just have an invisible wall. I'm like, just... It feels so lazy to me. I hate it. I love Pokemon, but stuff like this sets me off. Pagos is native Latin word from the root pag, a lengthened grade of Indo-European pa, a verbal root fastened pango. I may not be pronouncing any of that correctly, by the way. It may be translated in the word as boundary, staked out on the ground. Fascinating! That is absolutely fascinating. Dude, you're not getting away from me. No. Things are not that high level, or things are relatively high level in this area, but like you can see how high level my star is, so we're not going to be using my starter for a lot of battles this time around, because, well, he's too high level this period. So what we're going to do is catch a couple of Pokemon we can use in some upcoming battles. And that was a crit. Wow, that is kind of impressive. Awesome. The end challenge, after all, I'm only allowed to use local Pokemon except for my starter. Which means that because of the level cap thing, I'm not allowed to use anything but my... I'm not allowed to use anything I had before, so... Shaman serves its territory, it periodically stops to hover in place by flapping its wings at high speeds. I believe we're not nicknaming them. Because it's not our place to do so. I believe that was in the rules. Been a while since I've been doing this challenge because last time we did it was when the game came out, so let me double check my own rules. Let's see here. I must liberate Pokemon. You're not allowed to nickname them. Okay. I am not allowed to nickname them. Because it's not my place to do so. Since we're buddies, they're not my Pokemon. Well, it's healthy and good to be knowledgeable. Yes, that is correct. And also, that is one hell of a hitbox. Without our right Pokemon, this feels so darn slow. But I do need to see if I can't find something very specific. Huh. I did not know Geodude could spawn in here. Wait, that might actually be good. Now I know Geodude can spawn in here. Good on me for knowing that now. At rest, it looks just like a rock. Carelessly stepping on it will make it swing its fist angrily. Okay, I'm allowed 3 Pokemon on my team for the upcoming battle. So let's find a third member, and I think I know what I want. Variety is super important for stuff like this. Also, like, Spinarak is huge. Like, I did not know it would be that big. Which also makes me go like, absolutely nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. I mean, I like Spinarak's design, but it's more like, that is one hell of a thick, big, nasty spider. And when it evolves, it gets worse. Although I guess the spider monkey is Spidops. It's just infinitely worse. But it's just, I always imagined Spinarak being like really small and cute. So the fact that it's bigger than my head is horrifying. Like, look at that. If I saw something like that like anywhere, I would be calling 911 and then get the frick out of there. We are looking for something specific right now. It spawns here in the You could do, but no. Not you. I really like these rice fields, by the way. They're really nice. That's another whooper. I am not a big fan of spiders now. Let's just put it like that. An Australia-based region would be rad as frick. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much fascinating wildlife in Australia. And the only reason why I don't want to go there and see it for myself is because all of it wants to kill you. It's like the Crash Bandicoot of real life. Everything wants to kill you. Came from overseas, it is a very hardy creature that will quickly proliferate even in polluted streams. Fascinating. A kangaroo as a legendary Pokemon? That sounds fun. The only requirement I have for kangaroos in Pokemon is that they are not allowed to be fighting type. Because seriously, every Pokemon fan artist and their freaking mom has thought of it, and but how cool that would be, I've seen it done to death. So right now I am Wooper's being cute, it's totally adorable, don't you think so? Right now I'm trying to level up. I'm not allowed to fight wild Pokemon because I'm empathetic. It's the end challenge. We are empathetic towards all Pokemon and we will not hurt them. Pokemon trainer battles are different though. That is true, but like, I just think it would be more creative to come up with something else than a fighting kangaroo. Maybe a dark type kangaroo, because they are like super violent. Or a dragon type kangaroo. A kangaroo dragon. Come on, that would be epic as frick. Dark normal type kangaroo? Yeah, that would be epic. A starter and then make it firefighting. Boy. Actually, here's an idea. Make it flying type because it can jump real high. That's like the logic of Magikarp, right? Because it and Gyarados can jump real high, then they are like flying types. Similarly, like stuff like Wilmer and Mantine, like flying because they're like they're like fly fish, so they jump real high in water and stuff like that. Like little bit of creative liberty, but you could make a flying type kangaroo and have like focus on like jumping high and making attacks from above. So like similar to bounce and stuff like that. And then like give it like a signature move that's like what's called top-down kick or what's called or kangaroo stomp or something like that. Make it a 2-turn move, but do like Phantom Force, where it doesn't give a frick about protect. So if you actually want to what is called avoid it, like to try like so you actually have to switch into like a ghost type to prevent yourself from taking damage from it. Dear Darkrai, Charizard is not a dragon. Gyarados is not a dragon. The coconut tree, on the other hand, called Executor, that's a dragon. I don't think Pokemon gives a rat's ass. And like again, here's the thing. As someone who is very into storytelling and tropes and themes, dragon has often been used as a shorthand for powerful. Like sometimes those characters are nicknamed dragons and because they're nicknamed dragon, the audience get an expectation of them being strong and powerful and dangerous. And like kangaroos are strong, powerful, and dangerous. So I think it fits the bill. And like, have you seen Nidoran? Nidoran is actually inspired by a hedgehog and a rabbit and like 5 other creatures. And my point with that is that you can make a kangaroo that's also a dragon. And if Pokemon wants to go up the wall with it, then it can be a bird, a kangaroo, a dragon, and a hyena, if that's what they want. And Nidoran is probably the most ridiculous example, but like Obstagoon is also like both a badger and a raccoon. So I don't really think, personally, that that there is a problem with the idea of making it a dragon. Technically, it's the seeds that are called dragon seeds, not the tree. But it's a dragon because pun. That's kind of vague. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I think a kangaroo could make for a fantastic dragon type. And I don't think you're convincing me otherwise. Also, like, Mega Ampharos is also dragon. Not sure what's up with that. There probably is a lore reason for it, but you can always make up a lore reason for it. Go due to my favorite little round buddies, easy to pick up and carry with me. Like, there are dragons of like all kinds of cultures and mythology and stuff. you can probably find something that's like tangentially related to something. Like if you made a Scandinavian region, for instance. I know a lot about Scandinavian folklore, so do mind that I'm using that as an example. But if you like made a Scandinavian region and you want a dragon type, but you didn't want it to look like a dragon, you could make a poison dragon type that looks like a dwarf. Because Fafnir was a dwarf that stole something and got cursed to become a dragon that spews poison. So it's poison and dragon, but it's a dwarf. So it doesn't need to look like a dragon at all. It can just look like a dwarf. And people in Scandinavia will be like, yeah, that's Fafnir, all right. He's a dragon. So it's not like there are any sharp rules that says all dragons have to look like lizards with big sharp pointed teeth and they have to spew fire. It can be anything, and the reasoning for why it's a dragon can be vague and doesn't need to be like super scientifically done, because Pokemon is ultimately about being creative when it comes to designing creatures. Said by a fan and not by a Pokemon designer. Do mind that, but like, I feel like the best Pokemon design doesn't come from, oh, it's a dog, but comes from like, that's a dog, but also it's a bagel. It's a bun. It's a dash bun. That's creative. That's fun. And similarly, a kangaroo that's also a dragon, I think that would be fun. What do you mean? What do you mean? Have you looked at Vanguard's card collection? They think Nagas are dragons. They think dinosaurs are dragons. Everything is a freaking dragon if you ask Vanguard. Also, Vanguard has Tetra Drive Dragon, which is like this big blue guy with an anger. I'm just saying. Of course, Darkrai, you don't have to agree with me ultimately. It's absolutely valid, you have your own opinion on stuff, but I'm just saying that as far as I'm concerned, I think a Kangaroo Dragon would be awesome. And I think with the right designer, they could come up with something that would be really, really freaking cool looking. But yeah. I have a tendency to talk about the same, going in circles and talking about the same topic for like on end, because I'm a rambler. I'm sorry, I ramble a lot. I hope you guys can forgive me for being a rambler. Okay, we might be at a point where I have to use candy. I kind of wanted to avoid using candy this early on, but we might be at a situation where that's just how things needs to be done. Okay, so that gives that much. How much does this give? Okay. That did the trick. So I kind of want my Pokemon to be evolved before we go into the next fight, because we're gonna be under-leveled, and that's the reason I'm doing this. We're also gonna need to have really, really good movesets for this. Yanmega's wing beats are so powerful that the Pokemon blows down huge trees nearby when it vigorously launches itself into flight. This should be a dragon. On the topic of Pokemon that are dragons and aren't dragons and should be dragons, that should be a dragon. And I don't understand why it isn't. Correct. Yanmega is a dragonfly. A slow walker, it rolls to move it. It pays no attention to any object that happens to be in its path. Something that has bothered me for eons is the fact that we have no bug dragon type or dragon bug type, but we have two different dragonfly Pokemon, one of which is a bug type and the other is dragon. Game Freak, what are you doing? We need a regional variant of Yanmega or Flygon. That's Bug Dragon. It would be epic, it would be awesome. Okay. Loving to battle this Pokemon pinches all Pokemon that enters its territory with its pincers and throws them out. Yeah, I don't want you to learn Swift. Frick that noise. Okay. So this is basically gonna be the team. My question is, what can we do here? And I'm starting to think I need some... Oh no, it's a speed down. That is very unfortunate. Right, I'm gonna need Bug Buzz. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep U-turn. So I can get out of the situation if it gets hairy. We're not using Explosion. I don't think that's worth it. We have Stone Edge. Double Edge. Guess we'll run Defense Roll instead of Explosion. Crunch, Crab Hammer. And here comes Taunt. Okay. You go up first, and we need to think about items now. And honestly, I need to look into my boxes because I think I might have had items in these guys. I do. Put you into my bag, all of you. I'm gonna need these. Okay, what kind of items are we gonna get? I think you should be fine with the Rocky Helmet. What kind of health item do you want? It's kind of hard to figure out what you want to use. Oh, the clear amulet is really good. So bold. I don't have that many great things, so I think I'm gonna give it the wise glasses. And then the Crawdon can get the muscle band. I hope this is gonna go well because we're gonna be slightly underleveled, but that's nothing new. I do not feel confident at all. I do not feel confident at all. Okay. Okay, here we come. Sis, look! There's the new one. There's one now. So you're the one of those students who came from the PLA region, hmm? Whoa, way cool. Hush, Kiran. I'm Carmine. Sorry, but I can't just let an outsider like you wander into Musui's town. If you insist on coming in, you'll have to battle me first. Come on, sis. You just want to battle, making this big fuss over nothing. I told you, hush, Kiki. Just ignore my little brother. Oh, man. Alright, let's do this. Get in position. Yes, you can be a bit of a handful. I'm going to have some real good fun with you. We are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Carmine. There's a Kujana. Right, I forgot. Welcome to Kitakami. For your first experience, get ready to eat dirt. I guess it's get ready to eat dirt. Stop howling, really? That could potentially become a problem. I think it's fine. Are you gonna howl again? Nope, here comes a crunch and we should resist. Okay. That happened. How's that for first taste of Kitakami? Not that I'm enjoying this or anything. Did I say anything? I'm sorry, unless you meant Carmine? Okay, here comes Poltergeist. This thing is grass type, 4 times super effective. We are not taking that. This is why we brought a bug Pokemon. Yeah, that sounded very tsundere to me too. Not quite a one shot. Stun for okay. Come on, Poltergeist, teach him a lesson with Shadow Ball. So speed stat 72. And then 7. Chance. Here we go. You okay there, Darkrai? Okay. Now we just need to be faster. We are not faster. Frick. That was literally the worst thing that could happen. Whew. I was contemplating healing, but like... I knew I could survive the Shadow Ball, I was just really praying that we were faster. Luckily for us, Yanmega is indeed faster here. That was a really big mistake on my end. Oh, you're faster too? Oh, I thought... Okay, this is bad. Quake you? If I throw with you, that's fine. I know that there is... Oh, you know about type matchup? Darkrai, I know that there is a flavor reason and a reference reason for why it is Dragon type. But like, what's it called? My point still stands. Practically speaking, Pokemon can fuse and combine concepts as they want to. They've done so before. Obstagoon is a badger raccoon. Nidoran is a rabbit hedgehog. And kangaroos are strong, powerful, and really freaking cool and dangerous, which is why I think they would make for a great candidate for something to be turned into a dragon. Hey there, Sulphorn. Welcome. Who are you? I'm Vox Syreni. I am a champion rank student from PLA I. Hi. Wowzers, you went and beat my sis. Well, there's nothing wrong with still being on a topic. I sometimes cycle through topics like that because I'm neurodivergent, so so I can sometimes go like, oh yeah, that thing we talked about 2 hours ago. It's just I'm sorry if that sounded a little bit grumpy of me. I just don't want it to be like a fight over what Nintendo may or may not do. I just think it's more fun to have an open mind and let any ideas just kind of flourish. That way you don't get salty when Pokemon makes a design that you don't like, because, you know, yeah, that might as well be a thing too, right? I think, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit grumpy about it. It's okay. You can bring things up again, especially if you felt like you needed to say it, like to get like some sort of conversational closure. Like, I know sometimes I'm like, I didn't finish my thought, and I'm sitting there like very annoyed I didn't get to finish my thought, and it's like, it helps me feel better to just get it said. So I think that's absolutely valid, and you should be okay doing stuff like that. I don't think less of you for it. And again, I'm sorry if I sounded grumpy about it. I didn't mean to. Who are you? I'm Batman! Nah, 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 nah! Oh, wowzers, you went and beat my sis! I can't believe it! There's no way you should have been able to beat me! Fine, I guess you pass. Barely. Since I've got no choice, I'll let you into town, but only if you become one of my grunts and do every little thing I... Here comes trouble. Come on, Kiki. We're out of here. But I... Wait up, sis! Why, hello there, stranger. You must be one of the students from the PLA I Academy, right? I help run the community center here in Musui town and a fair few other things besides. I'll be looking after your group during your visit. I hope those two kids weren't giving you any grief just now, were they? Nah, it's fine. I hardly know what to do with those two, especially that Carmine. Always been a handful. I apologize if she gave you a hard time. What's that? A member of your group fell ill down by the bus stop. I'd better get over there and give them a hand so they can make it into town. I'll take care of everything. You go ahead and get yourself settled in the community center. We'll catch up with you soon. Okay. First off, that was very terrible because I was actually banking on using these free Pokemon for a little bit longer. And we need to catch something else, so we can't just have Graveler. We need something else too. I'm gonna be looking around for something. Now that I can use my right Pokemon again. It's just super nice having it back now. Also means I have a little bit more range than where I can go now. Not too long, Kitakami Road. That's where I've been the whole time. But I am allowed to go into adjacent areas as well. That is correct, you automatically get the items back when you release them. Free free Wise Classes, free Muscle Bands. Still here. Is this area still Kitakami Road? Down there is Kitakami Road, which means this is the apple thingy, I think. This here is such a funny conversation. You need to see this. I'm not gonna fight them, but you need to see this. Oh, the positive positive energy is positively flowing. I just love to buy up all this Kitakami hair. That, my dear Stoner, even while out in the boonies, your ideas are still purely metropolitan. I do appreciate your willingness to speak the truth, Billy. So, my dearest Onair, however shall we waste our time and our money today? How indeed? Billy, look! It's a commoner! They're staring at us! A commoner? Why, yes! Your eyes do not deceive you, that there is almost certainly a commoner. As I live and breathe, a commoner, a living, breathing commoner. They exist. Whatever do we do, Billy? Is it bad manners to ask to shake their hand? Is it acceptable to ask for an autograph? Collect yourself, my dear Onair. No need to rush. Look, this commoner isn't going anywhere. My apologies. It's not every day that I come face to face with a commoner, you see? Naturally, you're the president of the PLA I reality, after all. Excuse me? Yes, you. Commoner? Would you be so kind as to indulge me in a duel with your Pokemon? If you can defeat me, I will grant you wishes beyond your wildest imagination. There it is! Onair's favorite pastime! Throwing the common folk a bone! Please come see me once you're ready, oh dear commoner! Yeah, these two are weirdos. I really like that. Like, the humor of that is absolutely wild to me. You wanna hurt Billy? Poor Billy. What did Billy do? He's just being Billy. Not particularly finding anything of interest. This is the Apple Hills, which is adjacent to Kitakami Road, which means it's not adjacent to the town, which means I can't go there and catch something. I am thinking very hard about my options right now. I think... I mean, Bellsprout could do. I'm not bringing a Pikachu, that's just not... That is just straight up out of the question. That's absolutely okay, Takba. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. The problem is I don't remember what the upcoming battle has, so to speak, so I'm not sure what to expect. Not what to bring. I'm not bringing a Chameko. That would just be a bad idea. That's kind of funny, Doc, right? That's kind of funny. Okay. I am not bringing an Gyarados to this fight. I don't think that's what I should go with. Does anyone have any suggestions for what I should bring to the next fight? I should catch one Pokemon more to bring to the next fight. And I'm a little bit like, I'm not sure what to bring. There's so many options, but we're also just super limited in this area. At the same time, like, I'm not quite sure how to approach this. Marvelous Road. We can catch something here. Rock is not a good option because we already have a rock type. Another thing, we don't want to have overlap weakness wise just in case. That's important. I don't, for some reason I have a bad feeling about bringing a normal type. Oh, the frame rate just fucking died. That happens sometimes in the DLC area. It is kind of vast and kind of pretty comparatively to the PLA region. Like, there are some really good looking places in PLA as well. It's just that I can see why it's struggling a bit when the PLA region was struggling as much as it was sometimes. Let me just wait for a second. Sentret is freaking adorable, and I love everything about the little fuzzball. There was an item around here. I'm sure I remember where it all is. Or maybe I forget. I might forget. Yeah, no, I have no idea where it is. I didn't just totally find it. I'm not gonna use that for anything. I just thought it would be funny to do to allude to my bad memory while picking that up. Not that my memory is all that bad. It's okay. I guess that's basically just me having bad humor. You know what? I'm bringing a shift tree. Oh, this is kind of risky. I am allowed to use my starter for catching Pokemon, so let's do that before something bad happens. I can imagine. That is not my fault. That Cedar did not want to live anymore. That Cedar just kinda blew itself up. I am not at fault for that. I do not take any responsibility for that. DLC came out on October. Like, I'm not allowed to knock out any Pokemon because End Challenge. That Cedar knocked itself out, and I'm gonna... And, if you bring me to court about it, that's what I'm gonna say. The Cedar killed itself. I did not touch it. To expand its habitat, it pretends to be a nut so that bird Pokemon will pick it up and carry it far away. That's very interesting. This and... Let's see that it's decent level. That's nice. Man, being on the level for this sounds terrible because this part of the game is really hard. Like even the random encounters has like stuff like X's or sword stance combos. So I can't imagine what it would be like to be like on the level for this. It leads a quiet life deep in the forest. If anything wanders into its territory, Nuzleaf will warn the intruder by sounding its grass flute. It's fine. I should have somewhere. I think this might pay off. Do I have on my nose either that or Miracle Seed? Actually, yeah, let's put Miracle Seed on it instead. It's probably for the better. Okay. And then... where are the rocks? The rocks are further up. I hate how many things goes into this category. Like, the mints could be in their own separate pile. The candies could have been in their own separate pile. The rocks could have been in their own separate file. And... oh, you gotta be kidding me. I do not have a leaf stone. I do not have a leaf stone. I was convinced I had a freaking leaf stone. Oh my god. That's really bad. That's a fighting type. That might be helpful, but no. Yeah, okay. Just barely started the treasure hunt. Oof. Do we have a deliberate presence here? Please? Oh, this one is also interesting. Well, where'd you come from? I didn't even notice you there. Anyway, you are? Wait, no, don't say a thing. I want to guess first. You're one of the students who came here from the PLA I region on a school trip. Bingo. You got it, lady. It's a small town, you know. News tend to spread pretty quickly. The name's Parent, by the way. I'm a traveler with a bit of a thing for photography. This here's my bard, Growlithe. Doesn't the little horn on his head make it the cutest? Don't ask how I got an ancient Pokemon variant from hundreds of years ago here. I don't know the time machine. What are you on about? Hey, this might sound a bit weird, but would it be alright if I took a photo? Sure. Just like that. Are you always this open with total strangers? Kinda worried about you, kiddo. Anyway, let me snap that photo. You got a unique vibe, you know? I like it. It's a bit different than what I'm used to. Hello, fellow time traveler! I'm gonna be making this town my home base for a little while. Why don't you focus on wrapping up whatever you got going on for now? Come see me after, I don't know, registering 150 Pokemon in the Kitami Pokédex or something? I really like her hair. Like that is some stylish hair color gradient thing. It must cost a fortune to just, you know, to upkeep. Like, dang, it looks good. I got too close to it. You gotta be kidding me. I got too close to it. Don't force me inside. Don't force me inside. This way, everyone. Vox, I owe you one for fetching the caretaker. Our little troll buddy is feeling much better now. Alright everyone, this is the community center. This is where you'll be staying while you're here in Kitakami. The plan was to have you and the students from Blueberry Academy stay here together. But it turns out the space is going to be all you, our visitors from Naranja Academy. Alright, those two kids were originally from this town, weren't they? I don't know what the photo was. It's possible she said descendant from a character, descendant from someone from Legends Arceus, but that does not explain how she has a Hisuian Growlithe. Like, Hisuian Growlithe doesn't exist anymore. Like, it is implied that the Hisuian forms are extinct because they don't exist in the modern Sinnoh anymore. So, time travel. Alright, those two kids were originally from this town, weren't they? So in you come, don't be shy. Oh, that was Brian. Those two were originally from this town, weren't they? Again, if the animal is extinct, you can't breed it. How are you gonna breed it? Are you gonna find a fossil and get 2 rocks to breed? Those are revived Pokemon. They're all part rock type because they're revived, and I guess Hisuian Growlithe is rock type, so it's entirely possible it got revived from a fossil. Come on everyone, pack right in. Oh, no need to worry about your shoes or anything. You can leave them on in here. If they're extra dirty, just try to rinse off the worst of the mud using the washing station by the door. I feel like all places should have washing places by the door. I just like when things are neat. Nice and clean inside, don't you think? It's all newly built, so it's as good as anything you'd find in one of your big fancy cities. This here is the lounge. You can watch TV, chat, or relax however you like. And well, let's see. Over there is the cafeteria, and toilets will be down that way. When you want to get to sleep, please use the rooms down the hall there. You got enough space that each of you can have a private room to yourself. So I think that about covers everything. But if you run into any trouble at all, don't you hesitate to talk to our fine staff at the desk. Thank you for the tour, sir. After Sword and Shield, I'm not sure about the ethics of reviving things from fossils, I'm just saying. Alright, kids. Do you have anything to say to the staff who will be taking such good care of us? Thanks for having us. Thank you for having us. What a bunch of well-mannered students. I can already tell you're going to be wonderful visitors. So you just think of this place as your own home away from home and relax. You're so a bit tired after such a long day. I know it's a bit early still, but why not have dinner and then call it a night? We got plenty of food ready for you all, so I hope you brought your appetites. Alright! Thanks for dinner. You're free to spend the rest of the evening as you like in the community center, but remember that tomorrow the program will be officially kicking off. Don't stay up too late, you might oversleep. So I'm no longer allowed to go out, so I can't go find a freaking leaf stone. Right, I can change the themes of the menus now. It's fine. I was just hoping you were sharp, because I want the leaf stone, but I guess I have to make do. And since I have to make do, it's really bad stats-wise for Nuzleaf, but change position. I'm gonna put you up front. I'm gonna find you a really good step move to start with. It's a little bit of a glass cannon, so we need to kind of lean into that. We have fake out. We have fake out. Oh my god, we have fake out. Oh, that is freaking awesome. Fake out, sucker punch, leaf blade. Oh, torment is tempting. Let's make the last attack torment and take it from there. It's very possible there's only one shop at the moment. Let's do this. I say, let's do this, and then I walk into bed. Is it? Yes, it is. I don't remember whether or not it gets the dark type upon evolution or not. Morning, everyone. Did you sleep well? Starting today, you'll be joined by our 2 students from Blueberry Academy. Go on, kids. Time to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Carmine. It's a pleasure to meet you all outsiders. I mean, visitors from PLA I. I'm Kieran. Carmine and Kieran actually grew up here, so ask them for help if you need anything. And you two had better be of real help. You hear me? Aye, aye. Right. Now that that's settled, why don't I tell you all a bit about what we have planned for you. This school tour of yours will be an exercise in orienteering. First, we'll have you split into pairs, then each pair will be tasked with finding 3 signboards located around the land of Kitakami. On each sideboard, you'll find snippets of an old folk tale passed down here in Kitakami. Read them all and learn a bit about our home. To prove you completed the task, we ask that each pair take a snapshot together in front of these signboards with their phone or camera. Take a photo together in front of each of the 3 signboards to complete your mission. It's a self-guided tour of Kitakami. Learn all about its rich history. Much more fun than sitting around and listening to me ramble on and on, eh? Wonderful, what an innovative idea for a group activity. Oh, and I've got a gift for each of you as well. It's a selfie stick, but we named it the Roto Stick because that sounds Pokemon-like. Right, fellow kids? Yep, we literally just got handed a selfie stick. I hear these things are all the rage in the big cities. Use them when you take those photos. I'll even teach you a rad pose I came up with all on my own. Ah yes, a real rad. Remember that one of the goals of this trip was to deepen the ties between our 2 schools. It seems like having someone who knows the area well would be a big help. That being said, let's try to maximize the number in the school pairs, okay? Time to mingle! I mean, they certainly have some personality. And yeah, I can't go shop because the game will be like, don't go too far away. So yeah, I literally have to fight with what I have. I can do this. You're Vox or whatever, right? Let me guess, you want to pair up with one of us poor lonely blueberry students? Well, yeah. Gosh, that's so sweet of you to go out of your way like that. What would we ever do without you? Oh yeah, so my little brother here has been all googly-eyed over you since yesterday. He wouldn't stop talking about you even at home. I seriously couldn't get him to shut the fuck up. Sis, what are you telling her that for, you dummy? Hey, watch who you call dummy if you know what's good for you. Oh man. Look at him being all shy. See, my brother's no good at talking to people. He'd probably never work up the nerve to ask you himself, but he'd really like to battle with you. Sure. Well, what do you know? Turns out you're sorta nice. Doesn't make my brother real happy. Chin up, Kiki. Vox says she'll battle you. What? Wowzers. Really? You don't mind? She doesn't mind one bit. Get to your positions, you two. Everybody else, clear out. Make some space. Oh, Carmine is very much a pain in the ass. I got this. Oh man, Kieran is freaking adorable. I think it's amazing how he's like super shy and like just trying to deal with social aspects that he's not good at. I feel that is super relatable, and some of the hallmarks are just great character building, you know. Wowzers, I can't believe this. I get to value. This is awesome. And the kind of nagging sister that is going on for the pair makes for an excellent bring with me here. For an excellent foil situation where they actually contrast each other very well. Pokemon writing when it's good, I guess. Okay, that's gonna hurt if we don't swap. I'm not taking that dick. I know I could have taught my Graveler Protect, and now I kind of regret I didn't. So that sucks, but also you're done. I don't remember. Fake out only works when it comes out, not when the opponent switches out, right? Oh wow. This last Pokemon is Yama. This attack hits first and makes attack. It works only on the first turn each time the user enters battle. You know what? They should be fine. You got this, Yama. Bust those wings. He looks like he's having so much fun. And you know... Okay. Okay. That's... Okay, we have a problem. I did not expect Buckbuzz to do that much damage. I know it's special attack, but still. Oh, you have Giga Drain? You have Giga Drain. You're gonna use Giga Drain so I can switch back into Nostik without trouble. Okay. Graveler is dead the second it enters field. For that reason. I need to utilize everything I have. Which means that's real bad. That's exactly what needed to not happen. Oh yeah, the music is pretty fantastic here. Okay. Okay. This is literally the worst thing that could happen. We are now in a heal cycle. It will spam Giga Drain, which will heal it back up. I know. Oh, it's not spamming Giga Drain. It's attempting to use and the rocket helmet. That's awesome. That might actually be it. Yeah. Heal back up. Did it hit me with... Alright. And then it's gonna heal back up itself. Then it's gonna attempt to use quick attack. I'm gonna heal here. This is a situation. How much PP does Giga Drain have? I cannot believe this is what it's come to. Yet here we are. It has 10. I need to freaking PP stall it. It has 10. It's used like 2 or 3. I think it's used 3 now. So we'll have to run it out of Giga Drain, and then we're gonna have to run it out of Bug Bust before we can move. However, that was the wrong potion. I soft reset. Is that okay? Is that fine? I guess I don't really have a choice but to soft reset, because if I lose, then I don't know what happens if I lose. If it throws me to the Pokemon Center and then I'm in a loop because I can't leave the area. Yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to soft reset. Because I'm likely to loop in the area, and if that happens and my Pokemon were knocked out, then I have to release them. So I guess that means that I failed the DLC. But also, you guys probably want to see the story, so we're gonna continue anyways. Just note that for the record, I failed this and I lost. And that's okay. Sometimes that happens. I'm gonna try opening with Nuzleaf this time. It might have been different if I had had a shift tree, but whatever. I also didn't know that his second Pokemon was Yanma. Somehow I had forgotten. I knew the first one was Sentret. If I'd known it was Yanma, I would have brought literally anything that wasn't grass type. But here we are. I am continuing by the rules, yes. Because I think it's more fun using the rules. But I will consider to deal this a loss. Now it's not a question about perfecting it, as much as it's a question about seeing if it's possible. Which I assume it is, because it's usually possible, but yeah. I feel like I would have won if I'd just known about the Yanmega thing. But yeah. Got this Yanma, bust those wings. That's to be expected. Now Yanma would in theory be able to one-shot us, but we have 30. And that's why I'm actually confident that despite the fact that Giga Drain, we can do this. Because this time we're not going in here with a damaged Graveler, we're going in here with a fully spec Graveler. So now it's really just down to whether or not Stone Edge misses. I believe it has an 80 accuracy. But if it hits, I do believe it's a one-shot because it's a quad weakness. So yeah. And that does it. I guess I got a lot of weaknesses. I feel so frustrated that I practically lost the chance. Like, I have not made any mistakes throughout the entirety of the WoW series, the actual playthrough, and I was like, the DLC is relatively short. So that's just very frustrating. The point of terror, when terrestrialize, you lose your double typing. So if you, you use your current typing and becomes a monotype, whatever that is. Which, practically speaking, can help you defensively. Like if I change Graveler into a steel type, if I change Graveler into a fire type, for instance, it wouldn't be weak to grass anymore. So stuff like that. But also when you terrestrialize, you get a 0.5 times boost to the kind of move. So basically it gains stab if it doesn't already have stab in that typing. But if it already has stab in that typing, it gets stab on top of stab. So it goes from, so in the case of Graveler hitting for 1 times 5 with rock, it becomes times 2. Since Yanmega was weak to rock in its flying type, that's 2 times 2. It's weak to rock type because Bug is also weak to rock, so it's 2 times 2 times 2, so that was 8 times damage, thanks to this terrestrialization. It is also worth noting that your stab stays, even though you change its timing. So if you change a Wingull, which is water and flying type, into a rock type, it will have stab in water, flying, and rock. And the reason Graveler hits extra hard as a terrestrialized rock type is basically that it has stab on rock twice, and that's why it goes all the way up to times 2 instead of just 1.5. So yeah, that is the point of terrestrialization. I don't know if I probably would have killed anyways, because it would have been 2 times 2 times 1.5, which would have been, what, 6 times damage, but 8 times damage is definitely better than 6 times damage, and rather safe than sorry, right? Nicely done, kids. Nothing like a friendly battle to get to know someone. Wowzers, you sure are strong, Vox. You really aren't half bad. Kiki's nearly as strong as I am, you know? I don't know about that. This orienteering thing was supposed to group up in pairs, right? You should go ahead and pair up with Kiki then. No sis, don't. But what, it's not like we can pair up. Or were you hoping to partner with some other rando? Outsider instead of Vox? Well, no, but oh man. Don't worry, he's just being shy. I'll go find some chump to pair up with too. Watch out for my little brother, okay? Looks like you're all paired up. Let's go ahead and mark where you'll be going on these Rotom phones of yours. Now then, off you go to do some exploring. Oh, and if you find yourself in need of any potions or Pokeballs or the like, head on over that way and stop by Peaches. They'd be happy to sit you to rights. So it looks like we should probably start with the signboard at Loyalty Plaza. That's out past the apple orchards on the west side of the village. It's close by and I figure it might make sense to, you know, visit them all in order. I'll probably just get in your way if I stick too close, so I'll just follow you from a safe distance. I enjoy how it's like, I want to talk to you, but I don't like being social, so just mind me being over here. It's kind of cute. I really think he seems like a very sweet kid. I don't know, do you sell leaf stones? Just so that I know. Or actually, if you do, I'll just buy a freaking leaf stone because you don't. Okay, I wouldn't have gone a leaf stone anyways. Well, we're gonna have to travel all over the place now, which is too far away, and that means these Pokemon, some effect that Nuzlocke got knocked out and therefore should have been released anyways. I don't know if they're an introvert per se. They give introvert vibes, but their sister describes them as shy. And there is an important defining difference between shy and introverted. I saw a post that really defined it very clearly, the difference. Shy people goes, oh no, people. Whereas introverts goes, ew, people. That's the difference. Introverts likes being alone. Shy people has a nervous about striking up conversation. That's the difference. So yeah. And like when you don't know a person very well, as is the case with Kieran right now, I have not spent enough time with them yet to really gauge whether it's one or the other. Because you can be introverted and still want to talk with a specific person because you find them cool. But they could also just be shy. So I don't want to, you know, label them just yet. I hope I'm making sense. Ooh. I have a tendency to grab every item I see. But I'm here just to purchase this for now. It's an evolutionary item, and I just want to have it on me in case we end up using the Pokemon that can utilize it. So yeah. That is also true, that it is a simplification, but simplifications are what is called nice for trying to convey things to others so that they understand it. And to, you know, relate to and stuff like that. It is important to acknowledge when a simplification is a simplification that things are actually more complicated than that. And there are nuances and differences between individuals. Like, one shy person will behave very differently from another shy person. And two different introverts might have entirely different approach to how they feel about other people. Some might want to talk with someone because they think they're cool. Some might just be like, I don't like talking to people, period. And such, there is variety, and there are as much variety in this as there are humans on planet Earth, because we're all unique and different in our own ways, and it's important to keep those kinds of differences in mind and respect those. So yeah. Actually, forget all this. Let's just skip it. Just go directly where we want to go. That's the turret. It's not going up the escalator right now. Oh, it probably is, but not that one. Here we go. That's the first signboard. Sorry, did I startle you? I did mention that I'd hang back and follow you here. We're supposed to read the signboard, right? I already know the whole story, so go ahead. You should check it out. Long, long ago, there was a fearsome Oni in the land of Kitakami. The Oni made its home in the mountain behind the village, frightening all who ventured there. One day, the ogre came down from the mountain. In a terrible rage, the Oni came down from the mountain, causing great fear in the village. By some stroke of luck, Okidoki, Munkidori, and Pheasantipiti all happened to be there as well. The three Pokemon laid down their lives to fend off the Oni and send it back to the mountain. In admiration, the people of the village bestowed upon this brave trio the title the Loyal Three. Their remains were given a proper burial and statues of the three were erected above the site. The Loyal Three monument is right over there. But don't you think the Oni in that folktale sounds cool? Yeah, to show you. Right, I knew you'd get it, Vox. It's up against 3 whole opponents at once, battling out all by itself, like wowzers, that's so cool. Oh, but I guess most people would just think an Oni like that is scary, huh? I don't think there's any reason to be afraid. When I was little, I went up into the mountains so many times at night, all on my own, and I never once met that Oni. Only scary thing that happened was the grown-ups giving me a real earful about it. So yeah, we're supposed to take a photo in front of the signboard, right? I don't have a smartphone, could you? I really enjoy this. Like, look at him being like, I can do that pose too, but there's like that hesitation. Like, there is so much humanity in this one kid. That turned out great. You're even good at taking photos. You wanna try? Oh no, I didn't mean. Maybe next time. You know, I didn't want to have to come do this whole school trip thing. But well, it might actually be kind of fun. I get to be out in nature around my town and talk to you, Vox. Hey, if you want, maybe we could set up a picnic. Would you like a sandwich? What is that thing? Some kind of kaiju? Something? This is my ride, it's called Koraidon. It's called Koraidon, and you ride on it? I've never seen another Pokemon like this. And it seriously comes out whenever it hears the word sandwich. Never thought I'd actually get to meet such an awesome Pokemon. No wonder you're so strong, Vox. You're special. So the next, we should go find the next signboard. It's on the grounds of Kitakami Hall. Kitakami Hall is... But first I'll back to town from here. Then there's this bridge you cross, and from there you need to climb up the mountainside. I'll hang back for now and meet you there later. Where do be the statues though? Ah. They small? Okay. Moving on to the next photo. The next photo is going to be the last thing we're doing today. For the reasons I mentioned earlier. But we'll be continuing this Friday evening. Yeah, Friday evening at like 7 CET, I would assume. 7 or 8, something like that. So yeah. But it's fun being back in Scarlet Violet. Not quite not quite Paldea, it's Kitakami. Almost there. It is nice having all of these things we can deal with our ride Pokemon, since it makes it so easy to get from place to place if you know where you're going. I'm not gonna talk to him, but this guy gives you sandwich ingredients and he can heal your Pokemon. This guy makes chairs. just out here in the open. He makes chairs, weirdly. Kitakami Hall. Look at all these little festival, what do they call, stands? Oh, this looks super fun. Like, really, really fun. I like festivals. I like being out with a bunch of people and just having a grand old time together with friends and strangers alike. I like that. We actually, in Denmark, we actually celebrate Hanami. Kinda. Not the same way they do in Japan, but there are a lot of Japanese immigrants, and we do have a bunch of sakura blossoms in Copenhagen. And so every year when they blossom, not at the same date as they do it in Japan, because different places in the world means that they bloom at different times. But when they bloom, we do a festival. We call it the Sakura Festival because Danish people don't know the word Hanami, which means to watch flowers. Hana being flower and me being watching. But yeah, Hanami. And so we host a festival, and it used to just be like Japanese people celebrating their own traditions and culture. But since then it's been like a little bit of a like self-tourism thing, where a lot of Danes like to go there and experience a little bit of Asian culture. And it's also, no surprise, also become like a place where people who are absolute weebs show up and cosplay and stuff together. So like there's a good mix of like genuine culture, curious Danish people, and absolute weebs, and it's really, really fun. And this place, for very obvious reasons, reminds me of that. And I just remember walking around the stalls and like getting Japanese cuisine from them that you couldn't get anywhere else. So, and it's just so cool. So yeah, that's I have a lot of great memories about the Danish Sakura Festival, which is technically just our bastardized version of Hanami. So yeah, it's good. Here we go. That's the second signboard. Bit tricky to find. Sorry, I'm following at a distance, so I hope you can get used to me showing up like this. Now then, let's read the sign. The Oni possessed 4 mysterious glimmering masks. It is said that depending on the mask the Oni donned, the power of its cudgel would change. When wearing the teal mask, it could bring life back into withered greenery around it. When wearing the crimson mask, it could turn a candle's flame into a raging inferno. When wearing the blue mask, it could stop the very flow of a river. When wearing the ashen mask, it could easily break the hearted stone in two. Before the loyal three fell, they wrested away 3 of the Oni's masks, greatly weakening it. Did you read it? Alright, he wasn't the one reading it. I should have done it in the voice I used for him. The mask the loyal three stole are kept over at Kitakami Hall. Everyone in town is scared of the Oni, but me? I really like it. It was strong and cool, and it didn't even care when everyone shunned it. I've always wanted to be like that, ever since I was a kid. I want to be as cool as the Oni. My sis sort of ends up doing everything for me, even when we're at school. I want now try to get stronger, so I can do things for myself, you know? I'm gonna become someone people can rely on. Then just maybe I could be the Oni's friend. Right, picture. We're supposed to take a picture. You can take the next one too, if you don't mind, Vox. I love this one too. Again, the whole trying. Oh man. I feel like Kieran is kind of like my favorite part of this DLC. Not gonna lie. I knew it was the right call to let you handle it, Vox. Now, on to the next signboard. Oh, and you know the mountain in the stories say the Oni lives on? It's actually Oni Mountain. You can climb it from the stairs over there. This is why I disagree with the localization. They still call it Oni Mountain. And that's why I'm like, I feel like you should either localize both Oni to Ogre and then the Oni Mountain to Ogre Mountain, or you have to keep it as Oni and Oni Mountain. And there's also like a really huge distinction, culturally speaking, between Oni and Ogres. They are definitely not the same creature, and therefore I feel like using Ogre leaves some things lost in translation. So that's why I've been insisting on swapping the word, in case anyone is curious. It's actually Oni Mountain. You can climb it from the stairs over there. If you wanted, we could go see the Oni's home. Folks call it the Dreaded Den. Sure, I want to see it. Yes, I really want you to see it for yourself, Vox. So if you keep climbing up, you'll reach the Infernal Pass. There's a sign before that. If you turn at the sign, you can get to the Dreaded Den. So I'll just head up then. Come along when you're ready and be careful. And that's it for tonight. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna continue this probably Friday, I think. Thank you all so much for watching. I seen there was a lot of numbers today, and I'm like thinking, really, I'm super duper grateful for all of you coming by and watching me. Like Darkrai, I assume some of you are new, and that makes me ecstatic. I hope you were willing to subscribe and hang on from there. I like doing monster taming stuff in general. Pokemon, Digimon, Temtem, you name it. Yokai Watch, I'm probably gonna get to Yokai Watch at some point. So yeah, it's just a good time. So yeah, I also have a Discord server that's linked down below. It isn't that big, but if you want to just hang out or hear, or like see when if you don't get like notifications on YouTube, I do link my streams before they go live there. And I also sometimes talk about other things like game projects I'm working on and stuff like that. So if you're curious about stuff like that, definitely. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. And on that, I guess I will be spawning out. Bye!